wife gets up there, and several years ago, I think, she tried to get me to start listening to country music because she does. Every time I get in the car, it's always country music. And she picked Hardy, Rednecker.
That's a fantastic choice.
Which, if she had picked somebody else,
it would have been a bad call. Yeah,
maybe Chris Jansen would have been good, or New Kane Brown. I kind of like that stuff too. But I've never been a country music fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so I tried. I really tried to get into it. I just couldn't. And now I have a total excuse not to get into it at all.
This here makes me really, really appreciate my 90s playlist.
Yeah.
I have a 90s country playlist that's exclusively what I listen to when I listen to country, because new country sucks.
Well,
I'm just going to say it.
Well, and the names you just mentioned are far from what's on the screen here.
Yeah. If you live under a rock and you don't know what happened, the last CMT Awards that came out a couple of weeks ago, this Kelsey Ballerina, whatever.
Ballerini.
Huh?
Ballerini, I believe.
Ballerini. We'll call her Ballerina.
I like that. She's
she
with
gets
a bunch
up
of ballerinas.
And she does a song that you would know, but I don't know it.
I probably
If you go down, I'm going down with you. Is that what's called?
I listen to the radio, but that...
I don't listen to the
so
radio.
she gets up there and she does this performance and she brings out these drag queens. And somebody answer this question for me, because nobody's been able to. Why are there no drag kings?
Because the agenda is not to elevate the woman, it's to decline the man.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, good.
It's to take away the status of man.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't think women...
I don't know. A woman acting as a man in a drag show would be very demeaning to a man, would it not? Is this not demeaning
It's also demeaning
to
to a woman.
That would be demeaning to a woman right there.
This is absolutely demeaning to women.
Yeah. I think so.
This is making a mockery of feminism. It's making a mockery of women.
Yeah.
When you have a bunch of men with a bunch of hairy asses get up there dressing like women, it's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I say that word?
And
you just did, so it's too late.
Too late.
Disgusting, or the other word?
Yeah, that other word. And it's like, here's my whole take on this kind of stuff. It's like I saw a picture today. I was looking for something. And I saw a picture about that girl who got attacked in San Francisco for speaking out about the integrity of women's sports and keeping women's sports women,
like it should be. And
they had her picture next to Megan Rapinoe, or whatever her name is.
Oh yeah, the soccer player.
Yeah. Who had a little sign that said, "In gay we trust." All right. Now, this stuff right here, it's like, and we all kind of share the same opinion. As long as you guys just do what you want to do, leave me alone, don't bother me, anything like that, we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Libertarian, I don't care. You're going to hell. You cannot even comprehend how much I don't care that you're going to hell.
Yes.
I'm one of these Christians.
Yep, don't care.
I'm serious. You can put me outside of a black hole and put my care down the black hole. That's how far it is removed. I just don't.
Once we present the truth to you once, you don't want it. I mean, it's.
But when you sit there and
Good luck.
you hold up a sign that says "In gay we trust," I don't care if you're a man, woman, identify as a cat. I'm gonna punch you because what you've done now
is you're making a mockery.
You're making a mockery of what I believe, and you're attacking me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so when you do this crap right here.
I share the view of the same view that Tim Pool has on this whole subject. Like he said, he goes, I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you want to dress like a woman and go to your little events and, have your drag shows.
Yeah.
You're a grown adult.
Mm-hmm.
You have that right to do such. But when you start telling me what I've got to like and you start telling me what I have to believe, that's where the line is drawn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to involve my children in it, they're my children. They will be raised how I see fit, not how you see fit. You will not be doing drag shows in front of my children. How's that even legal anyway? How are they getting away with that?
Because they don't have any.
Because
they don't have any dads anymore who will go up there and start slinging bodies around.
Oh, I have no fear. I would be one of them if.
Now you'd
my
go to
child
jail.
was in that. I would happily go to jail over that.
I would too.
100%.
If I find if I don't have a kid in school anymore, but you do, you have 2 small children. If I find out that they had a drag show at the school and I wasn't notified,
yep, I'd be.
Yep.
It'd be a bad day.
Body's going to be hitting the floor.
Yep.
And I'm serious. And I don't care. I don't care how this makes me sound. I freaking don't care.
Yeah.
If I find out that the counselor sit down and talk to my kid about changing their gender without
there's going to be a mud hole stomped.
I don't care if they even informed me.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
Now it's my business.
Now you've made it my. You could have done whatever you wanted to do on your own, but now you've made it my business.
And our motto has always been: be nice until it's time to not be nice.
Absolutely.
You couldn't have a Christian leader come in and speak at an engagement like that without the faculty sending home warnings to all the kids.
Absolutely.
You couldn't have. You've had faith-based literature yanked out of the libraries while this junk has been put in it.
And what about the libraries? Why can't you have a police story hour or a pastor story hour or a doctor story hour?
Which would make a lot more sense.
Sense, but you got to do a drag queen. And so when you start doing that stuff, you know, and that's what we were going to, you know, hey guys, just do whatever you want to do. You know, I don't care. And now all of a sudden you're like, we're gonna push it on you. And what's so ironic is just like I hate when those Christians start to force their gospel down my throat. Well, this is what we hate.
Yeah.
Well,
we hate this crap.
And it's the exact same thing. The difference is they want us to accept their lifestyle, and we don't care if you accept ours. It's not the same. It's not us fighting for Christian principles in their lives.
Yeah, good point.
We hold to them. We make evident what they are, but we don't care if you keep them, but you want us to support that.
I don't care if you follow Jesus. It doesn't bother me at all if you don't.
Well, I go back to like I said, in the 90s, believe it or not, in the small town I grew up in, there was 2 gay guys that were together that dressed drag, and they did drag like every weekend. Everybody knew they did, but no one cared because they didn't make a big deal out. They weren't out.
They weren't trying to get in
walking
their
down the
schools.
sidewalk dressed down as it. They weren't going to the schools. They weren't doing any of that stuff because they're just like, it's what we want to do. Good on you. Do it. Don't care.
Right.
As long as you keep me and mine out of it, I don't care what you do.
This is a sexual fetish that these men have. They get off on doing this. So they're going to school and they're sexually aroused in front of your children while they're doing this stuff. And the schools are just like, we're fine with this because they're so afraid of being called a name.
They're so afraid that if they say something against it.
Where's the adults? Where's the adults in the room?
There's none.
Yeah.
There are none.
They're none.
And there needs to be conservative biological women in opposition to this, and there aren't a lot. That's the problem.
You would think
just women in general, not conservative.
You would
women.
think that the feminists
biological
would have a problem with
the
that.
You think the feminists are all on board with this?
But how? Because they dress with like uteruses on their head and stuff. There's no uterus anywhere close to that.
This is so degrading to women, and women aren't saying anything about it. Walsh was talking about this when Mulvaney did his year celebration. He says, you know what? Let's talk about my wife for a minute. My wife did this. She was pregnant with twins. She gave birth to the first one, had really bad trouble with the second one. Both the baby and my wife almost died, and she came through like a champion, and she will never be recognized for that. Right. And that is what a woman does.
And this is
and
supposed
instead,
to be brave.
This person is being recognized for being a woman.
Yeah, right. You're going to the Mulvaney thing. 365 days as a woman. Well, my wife has been a woman for 38 years. So where's her recognition for being a woman?
Well, it's gotten to the point to where the crazier you are, the braver you are.
Isn't that true?
And everybody's trying to top one another in crazy. But I guess my question is, and we should have maybe just doing a different podcast for this. What's the line? If you're okay with this, what's your line?
Oh, the love is love line.
The love is love. What's your line? Because if you're okay with this, if you're okay with gay marriage and homosexuality, you cannot be against pedophilia. Mm-hmm. To be intellectually honest, you cannot be against pedophilia, bestiality, polygamy, swinging, whatever you want to talk. You can't be against any of that stuff, because the moment that you're against pedophilia, now you're bigoted, hateful, intolerant, and that's going to be the next thing. Incest.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
Incest or polygamy is going to be the next thing.
Yeah, it's coming.
But in all actuality, incest makes more sense than homosexuality, because at least it's a natural.
I mean,
yeah.
Natural.
You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
It's how the animal
It's
kingdom
natural.
works.
Well, he's from Tennessee.
Well, I mean, it's
fine.
It's biologically feasible. You know, it
Yeah.
just is. You got a man and you got a woman, and love is love. If that's what you're going to say, love is love. They have a right to love whoever they wanted to. You know, that's one of the guys, one that's sitting there, and some redneck guy. I don't care. People can love in this world. People can love whoever they want to love, and you know, and I'm gonna drink Bud Light anyway. And it's so hard to find love. And I wrote in the comments. I said, so you know, if some guy wants to marry a 9-year-old girl,
Yeah.
love is love.
Love is love.
You know, and I got ripped for it, but that's what the dude is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get to the point where you say love is love, I don't think anybody they
don't think about it.
don't have anybody who thinks this stuff through.
No, they don't.
I mean, they say stuff and it's just like, oh, that sounds really good, and nobody's like, wait a minute,
Wait a minute. Love is love. That means.
what about pedophilia? Is that
Yeah.
right? What about if you want to marry your freaking dog?
But they've already made excuses for pedophilia.
They have been for the last 5 years.
They have been for the last few years.
And that's
Blaming it on insanity or emotional
yeah, they
but
can't
that's
chemical
gonna be the next
imbalances.
thing.
Yeah.
They can't help it. They're just attracted.
Can't help
What do
it.
they call it? Minor attracted person.
Well,
That's what they're trying to label
Right.
it as now.
But they've got, you understand, they've got that flag, and they've got that bar down there, pedophilia, and they so want to put that in there. They want to make it acceptable.
Yeah,
they
they're
do.
working on it. They're trying.
And are you going to get pissed off then?
No, because then
It's going to be too late by that time.
We've accepted all the other stuff. That's how they're going to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm not going to accept crazy. I'm freaking not going to accept crazy.
On this subject, though, did you see Matt Walsh? Or no, was it Matt? It was Matt Walsh, where he was the campus tour or whatever, and he had the trans person that was an EMT.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Did
I
you
did
see
see
it?
this.
Look it up. Watch it. It's fantastic. I can't. It was. He's like, so if you went to a medical emergency, and it was a man, and he said he was having a miscarriage, would you check him for a miscarriage? And she just paused for like.
She did
10
say no,
seconds.
though. She did say
She
no.
was like, no. And she goes, why? Because some people just don't have body parts. And he's like,
There you go. I think it's, when somebody walks up and says, okay, men can get pregnant, and it's gotten to the point now where you feel bad about arguing with that instead of just saying, you're crazy.
yeah, you
You're
just got
just-
to
you're
ride
freaking
nuts.
nuts.
You're dumb. And
Yeah.
you walk away.
You're not, yeah, right. You're dumb.
You're
I'm
dumb.
not going to.
I'm not even going to argue with it.
I feel more stupid even having this conversation with you.
It's
I'm
an
going to
Adam
walk away
Sandler
right
movie.
now.
Everyone in the room is now dumber for having listened to what
And you do. You feel
and
like
that
Will
idea
Ferrell.
was leaked or pushed out probably a decade ago now. Children of Men. A whole movie came out about this.
Men getting pregnant?
Mm-hmm. There was
missed
some.
that one.
It's a post.
All twins.
a-
No,
apoc-
what was that movie?
apocalyptic
with,
thing
that was
where
Danny DeVito
where women
and-
can't
Danny DeVito?
have.
What was it?
Arnold
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Schwarzenegger? Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Twins.
Yeah. It had twins and they got pregnant or something like that, didn't they?
Did they get pregnant?
I don't know about that. Children of Men was in a response.
I don't
to
know. Now I got to look at now I gotta watch
declining
Oh.
declining births in women, so they had to start inseminating men to carry babies.
it. How?
These are the same
Watch the
people
movie.
who tell you
Watch
to.
the movie.
I don't want to. Like I just want somebody to tell
They
me.
tell
how
us
to do
we're
it.
anti-science, and it's like, dude,
Yeah, you're science deniers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Men can't get
What
pregnant.
branch of science are you talking about? Because biology, you're failing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just say I'm getting to the point. I have a reason now. I can hate country music and just say
Just go listen. If you want to listen to country music, go listen to Merle Haggard and
Johnny Cash,
and all the
Mel
old,
Tillis,
the actual outlaws.
even
of
Glenn
country.
Campbell. I mean, just listen to the old country music. They didn't put up with any of this crap.
No.
And I wonder where Wallen and Hardy and all those guys, Chris Jansen.
The guys that are signed to major labels, they can't say anything. Because the second they do, like Morgan Wallen, Hardy, those guys, they're signed to major labels. They start saying too much, they're going to start feeling it in their pocketbook. They're not going to say it.
I wonder if they've been asked.
Because you look at guys like Upchurch, for instance. Upchurch is on his own,
Yep.
private label. He says what he wants,
Right.
and he's very blatant
like that.
about it. But he had I can't remember the one guy's name. It was in one. He was in one of the. He's a super big popular country music guy now. I don't listen to him, so that's why I don't know his name. But he was in one of the videos where they had rebel flags hanging in the background.
Right.
Well, when this other guy finally got popular, he actually went back and said, "I'm so
I know
sorry
who you're talking
that
about. I can't think of his name."
Yeah, I'm so sorry that there was rebel flags hanging in the background." I'm like, dude, you are a rebel for country music. Now look at you. 'Cause
Right.
he signed a label. The label said you got to apologize for that. So he did.
I
Instantly.
do. I do want to take that Bronco and turn it to General Lee and put a rebel flag on the top. You know they won't insure it because it has a rebel flag on top of it.
What?
Because of vandalism.
Really?
We can do it with vinyl. Get it insured, then we'll put the sticker on top.
There you go.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that'd be awesome.
And then when the whole top of it's keyed, you just take the vinyl off. Like, I don't know what happened.
Put
Yeah.
it back on again.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make a General Lee Bronco. I think it would be awesome.
that would be awesome.
So the moral is just stop listening to country music and listen to independent artists instead.
Yes,
Listen
there's
to
lots
heavy
of
metal.
good ones. There,
I
like
didn't
said,
know
there's
what's his name was, but Tom McDonald's completely
Tom
independent.
McDonald,
He says what he wants.
NF, Upchurch is a little probably not in our viewer spectrum, but still very independent.
Yeah, and all
Skip country and go listen to NF
and
album.
all
He's
the
not
metal
independent,
guys.
but he has freedom.
Yeah.
All the metal guys that I grew up with, who were always about fight the authority, they're now the authority.
Oh gosh, who was that?
D.
Rage,
Snyder. And
Rage Against Machine.
oh
okay?
gosh, yes.
They were
Yeah.
they were like, F
Fight the
this and the
man.
police and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And then all of a sudden, COVID came out and they're like, y'all get the shot. If you don't, then
Right.
you're wrong. And it's just like, I thought, where was Fight the Authority at?
D. Snyder,
Oh,
was the
they're-
same way. Get the shot. We're not going to take it. To became yes, I'm going to take it. and it was just like, what happened to you guys?
Yeah.
You're sellouts.
Yeah. And
And so
Rage was, we won't do what you tell us. And then,
Yeah. Where's
get
the
shot.
rebels?
Okay. Yeah, we'll get them.
Yeah.
We'll take the vaccine. It's fine.
The only true rebels right now are in the church.
True.
Yeah.
We're
Rebels
rebels.
inside the church. I like it. That's what the
Rebels.
sign needs to say.
Rebels inside the church.
We're not full of hypocrites. We're full of rebels.
I like that. We'll put that out there. This makes me want to projectile vomit, but
It looks like what's going on in the background there.
it's
It-
true.
some makes
That's
me
probably
projectile
that's
vomit.
probably like regular country music fans on the side
Yeah.
chucking up. All right. On that noble end. See you.